Welcome back to the channel. Bad news, good news type thing. Got the gears all in the plow truck. I did it this time. I think we dropped the valve. So I guess I need my fuel tank that's in the back of this thing, right here, to fill up the skid steer. It's winter time and I need fuel. Plowing the driveway takes a lot of fuel, so rather than fart around with gas cans, I just fill this up. So I need to go to town every once in a while with this thing. But I think we dropped the valve and the motor, she's locked up. So sad day, but I got plenty of motors. So here's the deal. That motor's coming out. I do have another project here. It's an 82. I've got a new box side for it. I've got a new hood. I've got a new door. Fenders, all that. The body is actually pretty nice. It's a Texas truck. And 1 ton. It's got the Kingpin front axle. So it's a 1 ton, 4-speed. But here lies the problem right there. Ran the VIN number. This truck's supposed to have a 454 big block in it. That is not a 454. That right there is a Reman 350 Chevy small block. So we're gonna take this motor out, put it in there, and I'm just gonna drive that truck hopefully with that motor in for the rest of this truck's life until we can redo it and actually put something nice in it. So we're gonna go ahead and get that done, but this motor right here, that was my buddy Mike's, out of his dirt track, modified. And the cam in it's got so much lift, it's hard to keep valve springs in it. So I'm pretty sure when we rip one of these valve covers off, we're gonna find the issue right away. I think the valve fell out and now the piston can't go up because the valve's, you know, stuck in the cylinder. So we're gonna go ahead and get cracking on this amongst every other project we got going on. But I guess, you know, you guys like these square body videos and so do I. So we're just gonna do a little swappy. Well, here we are. We got the motor pulled out of this truck. Got the motor pulled out of this truck, which this motor was bad. But I'm further.
Swap them, but
what?
I thought we were going to swippity swap them.
Well, we were going to swap them. That's what we're in the middle of. But we got to show the audience. So on further investigation, like that, this, it's all brand new. Being it's got an AC Delco filter on it. I mean, I'm not going to say much, but the frost plugs are new, everything. It's got oil on it, but valve cover gaskets always leak. I ran the numbers and it shows it's a Reman 350 for a Corvette. And it was in there. Looks like a Corvette. But we got this motor out. And I think we found the issue, you know. Found a couple bent push rods, nothing serious, but
she was using a little coolant.
You know, this side, I couldn't find anything wrong. We looked at this side. You know, they're supposed to have antifreeze, you know, in these cylinders, and there's like a oily, I think the head gasket was out. Pretty sure. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think.
Head gasket.
I think so.
I'd go with head gasket.
Head gasket? I don't know. You know, you guys tell me.
You might want to put some rings in it though. It's a little low on compression.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean.
All right. But
if you look at the head on the corresponding cylinder, well, you can tell there was head gasket problems.
Yeah,
just from the wear pattern. And
look at the way they were burning. All good, you know, but I can't quite make out what's wrong with that one.
I think that's where the water was coming in. That's why I'm saying head gasket.
Head gasket? Yep. I mean, we'll have to look at all this and see, but you know, we'll maybe have a couple beers and try and figure this out. It's just puzzling us. So I'm pretty sure that one's gonna hit the dumpster. Well, good morning. It's Monday morning. Just kind of want to fill you in with where we left off. I know this video isn't necessarily, you know, a how-to or anything like that. It's just a me and my element type thing. So let me show you what's going on. So we've got specimen number 1 and specimen number 2. Specimen number 2 was out of that truck, like I said. It's supposed to have a 454 in it, but that's a 350 small block. But I think I scored because everything's new. The clutch is new. The flywheel's new. The starter's new. The frost plugs, I can tell there's no rust on them. See that in there? That's all shiny. I think this motor's new. It actually cleans up very well. So I think somebody stuffed the motor in here. It was just sitting, so they just decided, well, let's just throw something cheap in there. Maybe they had it laying around, I don't know. Maybe it was the cheapest option. So we're gonna put that in here, and hopefully that'll run for a while. But what I did do is I took some of the salvageable parts off, you know, like these roller tip rockers. They're all on, they're adjusted, they're good to go. I can go ahead and put the intake on. That's that thing over there. So I'm taking that off the old engine. These are off the old engine, but I'll show you what I found. So all joking aside, we got a piston missing. It's down, it's in that hole somewhere, along with pieces of valve and whatnot. So I think where this started was, this is a broken valve spring. It's supposed to look like that. And what happens is that it breaks, these get loose, the valve drops down into the head, causing that. Because once the valve drops down, this piston's going up and down. The piston goes up and down, and something suddenly stops it, the piston's gonna break. That's why there's one missing. You know, this connecting rod is bent. I don't know if you could see that, but she's bent sideways. There's a hole in the cylinder wall here. Things went east and west. They were supposed to go north and south, but they went east and west. And here is the cylinder head. There's supposed to be one of them in that place. The stem is shoved up in there, but this part's gone. So I'm pretty sure that's in the oil pan with the piston. Now, this is hard to do one-handed. Okay. That valve is pushed up so far into the head, it's actually locked in there. I don't know if that head's gonna be any good, but we're gonna see what we can do. So I'm gonna go ahead, get the intake on here. I've got everything adjusted, like I said. Get the intake on, get the valve covers on. I'm gonna spray all this oil off, and I think that was because of these end caps on the intake. They all leak if you like to use the rubber pieces. So I always use silicone. Seals them up better, but you always start, you know, your oil leaks always start from the highest spot, and it's not so wet there, but the valve cover gaskets were leaking, so I think that's why it's as dirty as it is. But we're gonna go ahead and get it cleaned up, maybe throw some paint on it, and got a few projects to work on here today, so this will be one of them. So I want to show you a couple important things. I've got these, I use a lot of Felpro gaskets. Nothing wrong with anybody else, but that's just what's available to me. But this is the intake gasket kit. I have the rest of it laid out, but I want to show you something about these. We leave these in the package, but here, I've got the intake all cleaned, all prepped, all ground off, all the surfaces. The But this gasket right here is very important. This goes right there. Your distributor goes down into there, and that gasket keeps oil from coming back up. Your back of your engine will be always wet if you don't use that. I've seen a lot of guys not use that. It's metal to metal. At that point, there's nothing holding the oil back in the engine. You know, you get the higher RPMs and oil just comes like a waterfall, you know. So, like I said, we've got these all prepped, ground off, real nice. But those other gaskets, let me throw this down here. Those other gaskets are made for right here. That's your end caps. I've got them laid out. But what happens with these, let me show you. You take these, you chuck them, both of them here. You just chuck them in the garbage. So these are gonna lay up here. We're gonna take a dab of silicone, some good red RTV. This is the stuff I use. It's good for engines and heat and stuff like that. But if you use those pieces that I just threw away, what happens is they squish out of the edge. You got a huge oil leak here or in the front. Silicone, just let it set up and it stays in there. It just sticks. So we'll put all these back up here and just lay a bead of silicone here and there. Set your intake on, bolt it tight. There won't be any leaks. Them other pieces of crap you could just throw in there. Okay, silicone. That's what I'm talking about. Just, you know, that's all you need right there. And when you set that on, it just kind of, there'll be a little bit that comes inside, but it'll hang on the intake. You'll be fine. We're not starting this thing up in 5 minutes. It'll be just fine. Update. Motor's in. Donor trucks. Just gonna sit there, but we're gonna get this buttoned up. We need some spark plugs, some wires, a distributor, a carburetor. Hook some stuff up here, you know, probably 3 hours worth of work, but I think we're gonna get this thing fired up today. I'm gonna crank the radio up and get some work done. Got the oil draining now. I'm gonna put some fresh oil in it and a fresh filter and see what this thing's capable of. All right, time for the distributor. We're gonna drop this in. But I'm gonna try and do this here. Remember this gasket I was showing you earlier? Right here. Here's the old one. Now it's not that old, it didn't leak. But I'm gonna tell you, just replace it. Because this one's included and it's free and it was in the kit. And we're just gonna use it because if you don't, when you slide this in and bolt this on, you're gonna have oil coming up this way. And you're gonna have a massive oil leak and wonder where it's coming from. It's gonna look like intake or something like that. Just put this on before you drop the distributor in, okay? Thanks. Well, the time has come. We got everything hooked up. And haven't fired it yet, but just kind of want to let you guys in on it. That's probably going to be in backwards, it always is. It gets me every time. So I'm just going to let him hold the camera, or him. We're doing motor swaps on Rangers today. We work on everything here. Actually, he's working on it. All right,
maybe I
flip
should
it
bring
around.
something in to work on.
Okay. You want to do the honors, or you want me to?
Boy, you just, well, it's your truck. Remember what you got to say.
You broke the last one.
I didn't break the last one.
Oh, here, Pete, I have to get Pete. All right.
Ooh, almost. You want to?
Dump a little down the throat. No, we don't do that. We gotta get.
No, they did it with the S10.
Get a little bit of that. There we go. 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 There we go
I think Sadie was going skating.
Oh, so close.
Oh, she quieted right down. That's pretty decent. Maybe just. I don't know. Maybe just a touch more on the timing and. Uh-oh.
Just stop blowing it off. A little bit of gas.
Getting smoky in here. What's that?
I think we got a stuck ring. Clean it off. It's gonna make a mess. We can clean it off.
What you doing now?
Resetting the choke. I had it set all sorts of goofy when I had your motor in it. See, not only is there an idle,
Here,
you know,
let me zoom in.
idle, I guess, level.
Yep.
But you also, there's a screw right here that sets your sensitivity of your choke on an Edelbrock carburetor. It'll back her off a little bit. So, we'll back her upside somewhat. See how it starts. Timing's a little advanced, I think, yet. But we got 110 octane fuel in it. Why do we have 110 octane fuel in it, Mike?
I wouldn't know. You're running race car motors, that's what you gotta run.
Alright. Some people use other products, but this is what I use for carb cleaners. This is a used motor, but I had the borer scope in there, and there's a lot of carbon and stuff on top of the piston, so we're gonna get rid of that. It idles pretty smooth, but
Yeah,
we
not
got
bad.
one side I think the rings are kind of sticky on, so I'm gonna get my tool.
What he's doing is, see how the one side there's a little smokier. Well, now they're both smoky, but one side. The one side's a little smoky. He thinks maybe a ring stuck or something. So pouring that stuff down the carburetor like that should help kind of clean the rings and valves and clear that up a little bit.
Think that'll burn out of there?
Oh,
We got one side that's, I don't know. The way it runs, it ain't not serious.
no, I'd say just got a sticky ring or valve or something. I'd say it'll clear
I
up.
think I got the stuck out of the valve. It's just the ring. You gotta get the stuck out of it.
Well, that motor's been sitting how long, so
Yeah, and I have no history on it, but we ain't gotta worry about mosquitoes. None of that. You
they
follow
should
me.
be gone.
We just probably need to get it out and get it warm and get it through a cycle. It sure idles nice though.
Yeah. Sure don't sound like that last one though.
No, sounds kind of girly.
We could have maybe welded that cam back together.
I don't think so. I don't
Too
think
many
you're gonna
chunks?
get your duration right.
Too many chunks probably.
Yeah, it's
Well, if the duration ain't right, you could call that variable lift.
variable duration.
Yeah.
I don't think it sounds very good.
Kind of like a variable geometry turbo, right? But different.
Well, I guess.
Well, maybe just a little bit of fine tuning on the timing and you should be good. I got a good burp out of the cooling system, so top her off with filtered antifreeze.
Brand new antifreeze.
Well, it's only new after it gets through the filter.
Can't be wasting it. Yeah, we're rebuilding it. Well, now it's full.
Well, what's the scoop, sir?
Well, it runs. I know it drives.
Yeah.
And I think we got the timing tuned in. And I know that Primrose 400 worked. That, guys, I'm telling you, You guys use ATF, you guys use all sorts of stuff. I'm not cutting on it, but I know that 400 Protect O Lube works. Just dump it down the app and give
Hell,
it
hit the key and I'll walk back there and show
some
them.
ripples and you're good. Yeah, you wanna know how good it starts? This is just time by ear.
Listen to him.
It won't start now.
Remember how the one side was a little smoky?
Yeah. That's better than California air right there.
She's clear as a whistle.
Yeah. Clear as a whistle. Is a whistle clear?
Yeah.
Vodka's clear. Clear as vodka.
There, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
Where is the vodka? It is Saturday afternoon.
You had to say it?
Somebody's got to.
Well, I guess that's it. It's back outside, it runs, it drives. I do have a brake line I've got to replace and hook up some trailer lights, but she's an 85 model. Give her 3-4 squirts. Starts good. I can't I'll take you back inside, it's windy. Well, that's that for that video. I'm really pleased with what we got for a motor in that thing. I've got a couple small issues, a brake line, and I've got to put some trailer light hookups underneath the back. It's my everyday vehicle, has been for 20 years. I feel safe in it. It may be a little rusty, but if it was beyond safe, I wouldn't be driving it, obviously. So we're gonna go ahead and do those few things, and I think we should be set for a while, hopefully till something else goes wrong. But anyways, I wanted to touch base on that Protect O Lube 400. This is what I use to clean that carburetor out. It's a Primrose product. It's on our website. Some guys use seafoam. Some guys use ATF fluid. Some guys use, there's all sorts of other products out there for engine cleaners, whatnot. You can run this in gasoline to clean your carbs. I dump it right down a carb. I've done it numerous times. Works every time. If obviously you've got bad cylinders or scored cylinders or something like that, it's not going to help that. But if you've got carbon on your pistons and all that, I knew that because I put a borescope down the cylinders, but that stuff works. This isn't a sales pitch, I'm just telling you that runs really well. It doesn't smoke out the right side anymore, none of that. It needed a simple flushing. So that's what we did. I guess put it in the comments. Let me know if you want to see some more of this stuff. I've got numerous pickups. I don't have time right now, but we're talking after the first of the year, possibly April sometime. We should be able to free ourselves up a little bit here and do some of this stuff. But square bodies and big trucks, that's just me and my element. Nothing's ever going to change that. So I like to kind of bring you guys along and show you a few things and be informative, show you what I know, how I do things. It's like I said, it's not always the right way, but it's the way I do it and it works for me. So I'm gonna cut out here and I want to thank everybody for the comments. Thank everybody for subscribing, for liking, for sharing, all that stuff that helps me get through the day. And we'll keep on doing it. So that's that. Like I said, thank you everyone. We got a couple big builds coming, so stay tuned for that also. We'll see you in the next video.